Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our lecture today, in which we will speak about the SAA technology. As we receive every week some question from our lecturer, and I would like to give you some information about the SAA technology. The SAA technology is something that I developed in order to help business owners and managers to handle human resource issues and problems in order to face them better. What we have with SAA Technologies, which is a computer program that gives results coming in a code way. You don't understand really if you don't have the information about the program which kind of answer you got. You need to have the key to be able to read what is the answers. And actually the answer you have with the SAA is something that gives you, let's say, a vision about in which state of mind is your manager or your salesman is at the moment that he filled up the 87 questions. Actually, if you try to analyze people only by feeling, unfortunately it's not enough. There's a problem of perception. And if you have the knowledge, which is not the ultimate knowledge, it's not something you can say it's the best knowledge in the world. It's a knowledge based on some point that I would develop in the future of this lecture that will give you precise answers about in which way the person who filled the answers is at the moment he was filling these answers. I don't know if many of you heard about Ludwig Max Planck. Max Planck, for many of you, it's an unknown person. I'll give you some knowledge about him, some information. Max Planck was a Nobel Prize scientist from Germany that passed away at 4 November 47. One of the friends of Albert Einstein that many of you, of course, know. What I want to say about Max Planck, I don't want to speak about his works in the area of physics, because it's not the subject of our lecture, and I'm not a scientist. Of course, I'm interested about his work, but I want to speak about something he said many years ago that helped me in the research I was doing to create the SAA technology computer program. Actually, Max Planck said something which is very interesting. He said that if you change the way you look at things, the things you are looking at is changing. My God, what is he saying? What is he speaking about? If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at changes. It brings us to ask the question, is it possible that things around us in many subjects are taking the colors or the shape of as we are looking at them? See, when you speak with a negative person, you feel a little bit negative yourself. If you are negative, things around you seems to take the color of negativity. Say, it looks like Max Planck knew something about human behavior. He was a scientist for nuclear physics. How come by his research, he found out actually that a particle is something that if you look deeper in subatomic way, it can be looked as a wave or as a particle. See, the world around you is based on matter energy in space and time. Matter, energy in space and time. But if you look deeper on what is the world around you, and I'm not speaking as a scientist, I'm speaking as somebody like you. If you look at matter, actually it's particle, atoms, neutrons, electrons. And what keeps the particle together is a movement. Actually, when you see a solid particle, you think it's solid, but it is 99.999 empty space. Oh my God. This is what we're speaking about when we speak about Max Planck. Actually, if matter, energy, space and time, which is the component of what is around you, are basically 99.999 empty space, it means that when you are looking at things that are basically empty space, maybe the way you are looking at them, which is the things that he found when he was looking at subatomic, it can be looked as a wave or as a particle. If you understand that everything that you are perceiving is based on your knowledge. See, in Africa, the first white men that came to Africa with airplanes, they came to an area where the knowledge about aeronautics and airplanes was equal to zero. What the African people knew about flying, it was birds. So if you think an African that saw for the first time an airplane, draw an airplane, actually didn't draw an airplane, aircraft. He drew, you can say, he drew what he know. He drew a bird. How come? You think he was seeing an airplane, but actually what he see is what he know. And what he know, for something that fly in the sky, is a bird. And then when he saw people coming outside from the airplane, he drew people coming outside of the mouth of the bird, coming from a bird. For him it was something alive. Actually, everything that you see outside of you, everything, is an inner phenomena. You don't see things outside of you. If you look at a car passing by, you think you see the car outside. Maybe by a neurological action, this image is translated in your mind and it would become a car, because you know what is a car. Understand there is a huge interaction between what you are able to perceive and what you actually able to see. Your ability to hear, to see, to feel, everything is based on your knowledge. And when Max Planck gave this declaration with which I'm 100% agree, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at changes. So it brings us to how come the SAA technology, computer program, can verify the way people are looking on some aspects that are interesting for you as a business owner in the area of, let's say, communication. Maybe some people are using another definition for communication, like speaking only, and actually the definition we are looking is understanding. And you see, the level of understanding through communication is very important. So the communication level is something that I'm verifying in the computer program SAA. What is the level of communication of the person who filled the question, answered the questions? What is the level of sincerity with the questions? What is the level of responsibility? See, the things are very important for a manager. Responsibility is not something that you can imposed to somebody. It's something that he must be willing to take. What is the level of willingness to take responsibility is detected by these questions. So it's interesting for a manager to know if the people around him are really taking responsibility. Because if you put somebody as a manager and the person has a low level of responsibility, and we can detect it, so you will have a lot of problem around this manager, because his level of responsibility is not enough to be manager. It doesn't mean it cannot change. At this moment, when it was filled, his level of responsibility was maybe 10%. So you have 90% of problems that are generated by the way he looks at things. He doesn't know that he should take more responsibility. He thinks he would be blamed. You see, the level of responsibility for a manager is some of the points on which I'm putting a lot of attention, because there's a lot of problems that you have in your company because people that are supposed to take responsibility are not taking it. So you have more problems in the area in which we found low level of responsibility. Relationship with others, the same. If the person doesn't have the good viewpoint about how to have a good relationship with others, we will have a low level in our computer program calculation, and it would give us an idea about some problem it can generate this area. Action level. So you say, I need to have salesmen or managers that are very active. We can find people that have only 10% of their energy into their work because they have some big barriers in the area of taking decisions and actually give actions enough energy that would bring you results. So if you have managers that have low level of responsibility, low level in action, low level of communication, personality completely shrinks, you found out that actually a lot of the problem you have in your company are generated by the people that are supposed to resolve them. And you don't know exactly which part of the company, say, which are the people actually that are responsible to generate so many problems. You are asking yourself every morning this question, say, how come I have so many problems? Why so many problems are not stopped by the manager that are supposed to stop the problems on their level? Every problem that comes to you as a business owner because of low level of responsibility of manager that are below you, it's just the results of people that doesn't take enough responsibility. Their level of causality is low. They cannot take more responsibility because they don't understand really what happens. They are bringing you problems instead of solutions. I don't want to get into all the points that we have in the SAA program. Organization is one of them. People that start cycle of actions but never finish them. It's a huge issue for a company to have too many managers that are acting like this, because what you will see and what I see by experience, that in the area that we have people that are stressed and they seem to be very occupied, but there's no a lot of production. There's a lot of cycle of action that are not finished. They start, but they don't stop this cycle of action. So what you have is very busy people with low level of production. I think it's better to have high level of production, even if they don't seem to be very occupied. We don't looking for people that will work like donkeys. We look for people that will work with efficiency. This is what we are looking for. So actually what I'm proposing is to stop speaking only about theory, and actually the best thing to do is to ask us, to get the question by mail, fill this program by four people you know very well around you, and call me for the results. Once you will see the results of this computer program, we will speak further, because it's important to demonstrate. See, theory is good, demonstration is the best way to go further in our relationship. So that's all for today concerning the SAA test. You are welcome to contact us and to get by mail the list of questions. Have a nice day.